Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the Grasshopper plugin section. For this video we're going to talk about the Weaverbird plugin and just a little bit of continuation for the LunchBox plugin from last time. So if you want the Weaverbird plugin, which is one of the very popular plugins also for Grasshopper, if you just type in Weaverbird Grasshopper, it's going to take you to the Grasshopper 3D website. And from there, the creator of the plugin has the download link in it. And if you click this download link, it will take you directly to his website. And from the website, you just have to fill in your name, your email, and the code. And then when you hit next, he's going to send you a link where you can just click this link, which is this one, and then it will install it automatically without you doing all the copy paste and checking for the libraries and things like that. So you will not, I don't think you're going to find it in the Food for Rhino website. It's most likely that it's here in the Grasshopper 3D website. So if everything goes smoothly, you're going to have a tab for Weaverbird, and it's going to have these 6 panels. And if you have everything all set, then you're good to go. So we're just going to continue a little bit about the LunchBox plugin. Because last time it was really important for me to explain how to install plugins to Grasshopper, so I really didn't talk that much about LunchBox. So today we're going to talk about the math surfaces we have, and maybe a few from the generate commands. I will not mention anything about the workflow or the data, because if I talk about them, I have to mention Excel. So I'm just going to skip through it. The good thing about the math, if you click on the math tab, you're going to see there's a lot of ready-made surfaces. And if you notice, some of these surfaces are actually based on mathematical theories, like famous mathematical theories like the Mobius surface and the Klein surface. So the good thing is that there are built-in surfaces based on these mathematical equations. And if you just click, you're going to see that we have these surfaces ready to use, and we're good to go. So it's really good that if you just click on any of them, you're going to see that they're very beautiful surfaces, and you can use them like immediately. So let's see what we can do with these surfaces. So the first one I'm going to choose is the cont surface. So this surface, what we can do with it, we can use the panels, we can use the structure, and we can use the generate, like to create panel frames. So for this surface, I'm gonna choose the skewed quads and then connect it, so I can have these beautiful panels. And then from these panels, I can generate a panel frame. So if you just connect it, we can see we have a panel frame which we can use. Now, if you just hide these two, we're going to see that the panel frames are giving us both the frames and the panels. If you just want the frame, so like I want to bake only the frame, you can use the dispatch command. And if you just connect the frame to the dispatch, you're going to have only the frame. So if I just bake it and close this, we can see that we have only the frames that we can use. So let's just delete that, open Grasshopper again. And same thing goes, like if you only want the panel, you can just connect the panel to the dispatch, and you're just going to have the panels instead of the frames. So let's try another one. We're going to choose the, what else can we choose? Hyperbolic, yeah, this guy. If we choose this guy, and then we also choose the triangular panel C connected. So you have these nice triangular panels on it. Let's do another frame. So as you can see, we have perfectly triangular frames, which was created with the surfaces we just inputted from the LunchBox tabs. So what else can we choose? Let's choose a Klein surface. So this is a really beautiful surface, one of my favorite surfaces in here. Let's choose the diamond panels maybe. Okay. Now you notice that you can change anything you want. So let's say maybe the U and the V. If we make it like 25, we can change how much like diamonds and triangles we want. So if we just hide this, let's say I want it maybe bigger. And then again with the panels, we can see that I have these beautiful panels with the frames around my Mobius surface. So, I mean my client surface. So if we just want the frame by itself, again, we can just type in dispatch, connect the frames, and if we just hide everything, it is really hid. We can see that we have these beautiful frames based on the client surfaces we have. So yeah, I would suggest, like, there's a lot of other ones, like we have the platonic octagon thing, we have the platonic octahedron, we have the platonic cube. So I would really suggest like playing with all these ready surfaces that they have and just checking, like you can even put grid structures if you want. You can do everything technically just by using the tabs that they have with the LunchBox. So this was it for the LunchBox. The next let's just show this. Okay, so the next plugin we're going to talk about just today is the Weaverbird one. Now you can use the surfaces that you have from the LunchBox. So let's say we choose the conoid surface maybe. Now the thing about Weaverbird is plugin, it uses meshes. Like you cannot have surfaces and like work with surfaces, but you have to convert your surfaces into meshes. So if you just type in mesh, you're gonna see this command that says mesh surface. If you click on it, it's gonna like create meshes from any surface you have. So if you have any complicated surface and you want to turn it into mesh, just use this command and then you're gonna have the mesh. And from the mesh, you can use anything you want in the Weaverbird. So let's try the, let me see, the picture frame. So this is like a very heavily used command, which is the Weaverbird frame. A lot of people use it in their definitions. And after they make the Weaverbird frame, they usually do the thicken. And as you can see, we have an interesting Weaverbird frame. So let's choose another surface maybe. Okay, so maybe this surface here. We go back to our Weaverbird. Now you have to convert it to mesh, so mesh surface. You can see we have a very interesting mesh that was created by the surface. I'll just hide this. Okay. Next thing you're gonna do is take another. Let's try the mesh window. So if you have this, you're gonna have not the panels, but like not the frames, I mean, but the panels themselves. So if you just hide this one, you can see we have this. And you can just thicken that mesh and we have a very interesting shape in Grasshopper. So now also that you can use the surfaces from LunchBox, they have their own bunch of geometry and built in the Weaverbird meshes. So maybe this one. Oh, sorry, this one. So like if we have this pyramid, we can manipulate the pyramid with the inputs here. So let's say we want the width to be 25. Okay. And the next thing we want to do is manipulate the height of the point. So we're just going to do construct point. Okay. And then we're going to connect it to the top point and then manipulate the Z. So maybe 30. Okay. So now we have scaled the the pyramid a little bit bigger. So the next thing you want to do is create a Weaverbird frame, and from the frame you can thicken this frame. So I'm just like doing the commands that are like usually used in Weaverbird. There's also the wireframe. Wireframe, where is it? Here maybe. Never mind. Anyway, so if you just thicken this, usually they also use the creating bevel vertices in the mesh. So here we can see there's like bevel. I would recommend, like be careful where you place these bevels. So you should like connect it directly to the frame and not to the thicken, because it will give you like a very weird result. So you have to like connect it this way to get it correctly. You can also increase the bevel distance. So maybe let's make it like 5.2. Connect it. So now you can see that we can increase the bevel vertices of your shape. Okay, let's try another one. How about we get something from the LunchBox again? So I'm just going back and forth with the LunchBox because they have like really nice surfaces that are very interesting to use when you're experimenting with the plugin's definition. So go back to Weaverbird and maybe choose the inner polygons subdivision. See, I did a mistake here. You cannot connect the surface to the mesh. You have to convert the surface into a mesh. So let's go back again. Mesh surface, connect it. We'll hide the surface a bit. So we have this beautiful Weaverbird polygons, inner polygons. So some of them are connected. Like if you just hide this, you're gonna see we have a very interesting triangular shapes. And then from there we can just thicken it if we want. If we want, we can create a window and then thicken that window. It's snowing in here, so if you can hear the background, it's like ice. So a lot of people use it all the time when they have interesting shapes and they just want to create interesting results. So anyway, that was it for today. Sorry, I got distracted a bit by the sound of the snow. And I hope this was okay for today. It's really important to just like experiment with it, check. I'm pretty sure there's like a million tutorials about how to use Weaverbird, but this is just my input on like how to use Weaverbird if you have any problems, like because usually we tend to connect the surfaces to the Weaverbird commands and then discover that they don't work. You really have to change it into a mesh first before you actually can work with it. So I hope this was useful for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.